Now at 8 on WKYT this morning, deadly flooding has devastated West Virginia. Now people across the state are cleaning up.
Here in Lexington, family and friends are mourning the loss of a man shot and killed near an apartment complex. Police are still searching for the shooter. We're tracking the investigation just ahead.
And deputies in eastern Kentucky are looking for a man who stole hundreds of dollars of tools from a business. That's ahead on WKYT this morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning and happy Sunday to you. I'm Sean Moody.
And I'm Michelle Chamberlain. It's going to be another pretty day, but hot one, and you just need to be careful out there.
Yeah, very steamy. Mike Linden is standing by in the First Alert Weather Center. Mike, how's the morning look so far?
Sean, the morning looks and feels not too bad. At least compared to where we were yesterday, it's a little bit warmer. But these temperatures don't even hold a candle to where we'll be this afternoon. We're looking at the low 70s and upper 60s to get our morning started. 74 degrees already in Lexington. Bear in mind, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and we're already looking at temperatures around 74, 75. That's impressive, and we are going to continue to build on this lead as we head into the afternoon. A lot of sunshine for you now, hardly any cloud cover. That will change as we get into the afternoon. A chance at some thunderstorms coming in from our northwest, all ahead of this cold front here diving in right now through the Great Lakes area toward the bluegrass. That could bring us some strong to potentially even severe thunderstorm development. At least the risk for that is rather low. And the story for the day today will be the hot and humid conditions. Of course, humidity leading to the storm development, but then the hot temperatures and the humidity making things feel more like 100 degrees. Coming up, I'll time out those storms and show you how hot it will be this afternoon, coming up at right around 8:10.
Mike, thank you. We're following a developing story here in Lexington this morning. Lexington police are investigating a shooting.
Yeah, police say the shooting happened just after 6 o'clock near the intersection of North Limestone and East 7th Street. WKYT's Mike Byers live with more details this morning. Mike?
Good morning, Michelle. Police tell us the man was robbed and then shot near this American Legion post. Now, details are still limited, but here's what we know right now. Police tell us the man was dropped off at this spot by a taxi. Police say he was then approached by 3 men who took his cell phone and then shot him. Police don't know how many times he was shot, but they do tell us the victim was conscious at the time and was taken to UK Hospital. His name nor his condition has been released. As for the 3 suspects, police did not release any description of them. Now, an officer on scene told me earlier they received other reports of shots fired and burglaries from overnight. They believe that those, as well as this one, are all connected. Live in Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Thank you, Mike. Friends and family are mourning the loss of a man shot and killed outside of a Lexington apartment complex. We first brought you this story yesterday morning. Police say they found Robert Warner in the parking lot behind the Continental Square Apartments off Eastland Parkway. Last night, members of motorcycle clubs pulled into the regulators to gather together and remember their friend.
I was just thinking all the good times that we've had here at the clubhouse, on the interstate, breaking down together, running out of gas together. You think about all the memories that you had and that you wish that you could make more.
Friends tell us one of Warner's favorite things to do was hang out with his motorcycle club. Police have not made any arrests in Warner's shooting.
We're following a story out of southern Kentucky this morning. We've learned about a deadly ATV crash there. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office says they found Kermit Sizemore dead along Reuben Ridge. Deputies say he was on his way home Friday night. They think he tried to drive his ATV up an embankment and that it flipped. The coroner said drugs and alcohol may have been factors in the crash. And in Frankfort, police are investigating a crash that sent a motorcyclist to the hospital. Police say a motorcycle and a car crashed along US 127 southbound last night. Crews airlifted that motorcyclist to UK Hospital. We're told he has face and head injuries, but we don't know his condition this morning. Police say he was not wearing a helmet. Scary situation in Shelby County where deputies found a suspicious briefcase outside a Walmart. According to a Louisville TV station, state police think the briefcase was altered. They took an x-ray of it and then got rid of it. Deputies said there was no bomb inside and they did not find anything suspicious inside the store.
Deputies in eastern Kentucky are looking for a man who stole hundreds of dollars of tools from a business. Deputies caught the man on surveillance video searching trucks at Clayton Homes in Harold. Employees there say the thefts affect the way people do business.
They have to go out, and if they fix these, say flooring or anything, they have to have these tools, to go out and service our customers.
Deputies believe the man has also been involved in other thefts in the area.
State leaders are considering temporarily reopening 2 private prisons to ease overcrowding. Kentucky stopped housing inmates at private prisons back in 2013, but right now, state and county jails are at capacity. Kentucky's Justice and Public Safety Cabinet Secretary wants to reopen the Marion Adjustment Center in St. Mary and the Lee Adjustment Center in Betaville. New this morning, President Obama has signed off on federal aid for West Virginia. 24 people there have died after flooding across the state, and others are still missing.
Tens of thousands are still without power, and people are just starting the lengthy cleanup. CBS's Chris Van Cleve is in the Mountaineer State with the latest.
Search and rescue teams, some on foot, some by boat, go door to door in Raynell, West Virginia, looking for survivors from Thursday's historic flood.
It looks like a war zone when you go through these houses.
State Trooper C.S. Hartman worries among the destruction will be more bodies.
That's the last thing I want to do, but we're prepared for it.
The once-a-century flood left the small town of Clendenin looking nearly underwater. 44 of West Virginia's 55 counties were inundated. The National Guard and FEMA have been called in to help. Thousands are without power. At least 100 homes suffered significant damage or were destroyed.
Everybody lost everything.
Becky McClug struggled to take in the destruction as she waded back to her home of nearly 20 years, only to throw out most of what's left.
We never thought it would be this bad.
Once the first responders check a house, they put that orange X on a window. In this one, they labeled it vacant. No one was inside.
Steve LaMontagne was last here Thursday using a boat to rescue his elderly aunt. But her dog, this very scared little guy, was left behind. It took a little teamwork to get him out from under the bed, into his cage.
I'm glad you guys were here. I'd never get that dog inside.
And out of the wrecked house.
What do you think this will mean to your aunt?
Everything. The dog was the main thing she was worried about when she left.
The weather has finally cleared, and while there is still a lot of water in parts of Raynell and other portions of West Virginia, those water levels are quickly coming down. The same cannot be said for the recovery effort. The cleanup, the rebuilding, that will take considerably longer.
Also this morning, the big wildfire in Central California is still raging. The fire has scorched nearly 56 square miles in the southern Sierra Nevada, destroying 150 homes and killing an elderly couple. At least 2,500 other homes remain threatened.
A tough situation out there. It's 8:07 now on your Sunday morning, and we are just getting started here.
Yeah, don't let these cute faces fool you. Some people are using puppies as part of a new scam. That story still ahead on WKYT this morning.
And the new sport's taking Canada by storm. Pilots are racing these drones. We'll find out what they're competing for after Mike's forecast.
Heat and humidity going to be the 2 biggest conditions out there today that might make your Sunday uncomfortable. Coming up, I'll take you into the afternoon and show you how hot it will be.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Mike Linden.
We are looking at what could be the hottest day of 2016 this afternoon, and that's not only temperature-wise, but how hot it will feel, because the humidity out there is going to make things feel unbearably hot as we head into our afternoon. Now, if we look to our northwest, active weather is well on its way. A cold front right now moving through the Chicago Great Lakes area. As you can see out ahead of that front, active weather, that being some thunderstorms. We'll get there as we get into the second half of our day today, but only for a few spots. We'll break that down in just a moment. Right now, look at your temperatures, the mid-70s. That is quite a bit of ahead of where we were at this time yesterday. So temperatures already off to the races early this morning, and they should work their way back into the lower 90s. Much like yesterday, the major difference will be as that cold front gets closer to the bluegrass, humidity going to continue to increase. And it's for that reason that the low 90s will feel more like the triple digits and upper 90s. So we are looking at some of the most unbearable temperatures so far. Typically, you'd expect to find temperatures like this in July, let alone at the end of June. So getting ahead of ourselves a little bit here. 101 degrees in Lexington, 101 as well as in Franklin County, and 101 giving a new reason in Danville to be in Boyle County. A hot one as we work our way into the afternoon for central Kentucky and pretty much anywhere you go in the bluegrass today. Tomorrow, holding on to some of that heat, feeling more like the mid-90s out there. And once things get into Tuesday and Wednesday, that's where we'll begin to calm down and finally get a break from this heat. But as far as the active weather goes, that cold front to the northwest working its way toward the bluegrass as we head into our afternoon today. This is where we stand right now, that organized line of storms up near Chicago. As we get into the middle of our day today, close to about noon, that's where you'll start to see the clouds building, especially over northwestern Kentucky. And that's where we'll also find the potential for strong to even severe storms, a marginal risk for northwestern Kentucky. But it's at that point in the evening that we could get in on the organized line of storms out ahead of that front. This is later this evening. Notice Paducah northwestward toward Louisville. That's where the storms will be. As we get into Monday, though, that cold front digs its way across the bluegrass, bringing with it a chance at some thunderstorms for central Kentucky to kick off Monday, and that will push eastward and south as we get into Monday afternoon and evening. So the risk area for the potentially severe storms pushes into southeastern Kentucky. Remember, that risk is marginal. That is as low as you can go on the severe risk category list. As far as the humidity goes, I mean, downright tropical today and tomorrow. Tuesday, though, is when we're finally behind that front and things calm down. But again, the most likely spots for potentially strong and severe thunderstorms will be northwestern Kentucky this evening, shifting towards southeastern Kentucky as we head into tomorrow morning. But easily the big story of the day today will be the heat. 93 degrees is what your thermometer may say, but it will feel more like 101 throughout most of central Kentucky. Tomorrow, another hot day with thunderstorms sticking around for most of it. It isn't until we get to Wednesday, though, that drier air behind the front gets here, and we go from feeling like 101 to feeling more like 80 degrees. A huge drop off in just a few days. Much needed, I feel like, at this point.
And you did a story yesterday on how to protect yourself in this heat. What's the biggest key point to it?
You gotta stay hydrated. I mean, drinking plenty of water. As soon as you start to feel hydrated, the process has already begun. And for kids and for the elderly, they might not pick up on those warning signs. Yeah. So just be sure to watch out for your kids and those that are older as well, and keep them safe.
Good deal. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike. So drones are pretty popular these days, and some people use them for business. Some use them as toys, and some people, well, they like to race them.
Yeah, I want to get my hands on one of these. In Canada, 60 pilots put their flight skills to the test in the country's biggest drone racing event. Drone racing is now a serious sport. There's an International Drone Racing Association, and they're partnering with ESPN to broadcast drone racing with big money prizes. We're talking six-figure stakes for what some of the pilots say is kind of like flying a video game. And I've seen video of some that have cameras on them, and they're racing through arenas and that kind of thing, and the response times are incredibly short. I mean, these people have to really be on their game to successfully navigate those courses. It's unbelievable.
So you're telling me they can win six figures for essentially playing a real-life video game?
Apparently in Montreal, yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I know it. We're going to have to do that on the side.
Yeah, good side gig, right? So when WKYT This Morning returns.
Be careful when you're looking for a new pet for your family. Some people are running scams involving puppies. Those details when we come back.
Tuesday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $390 million, and Wednesday night's Powerball jackpot is $222 million.
Welcome back to WKYT This Morning, 8:18 now on your Sunday. The UK has voted this week for Brexit, but now some Brits are talking about re-Grexit.
An online petition is demanding a do-over of the referendum on leaving the EU. The petition has already collected more than 2 million signatures on the official Parliament website. That's far above the threshold required for lawmakers to start a debate on the issue. A British lawmaker said on Twitter that Parliament members will look into the petition on Tuesday.
The accidental death of Star Trek actor Anton Yelchin is leading to a class action lawsuit against Fiat Chrysler. That suit accuses the company of failing to fix a problem with its electronic automatic gear shifters. Fiat first issued a recall in April. Vehicles under the recall include the 2012 to 2014 Dodge Charger and Chrysler 300, 2014 and 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee. When you're looking for a new pet, you might check out your local animal shelter, and some people might check out places online.
The Federal Trade Commission is now warning people that not all of those websites are legitimate. Pam Zeekman has the details.
We lost a dog on Thanksgiving.
Dawn Rotston still bears the scars of losing two of her family pets, Buddy and Storm, last year. She turned to the internet in search of a new puppy.
Came upon bestfriendhusky.com.
She was reassured by testimonials on the website.
All of them said they would come back again and get another husky.
Rotston picked Simba and sent the breeder in Minnesota $550. Did the dog arrive as scheduled?
No.
After sending another $905 demanded for a special heated crate, she still didn't get her puppy.
I finally realized that this is for sure a scam.
Rotston never heard from the breeder again, and the website was taken down. Experts say that thousands of people a year who just want to get a new puppy are getting ripped off.
We get tens of thousands of complaints on this.
Officials say people are lured in by professional-looking websites.
I would never get a puppy sight unseen.
That's because the pet you fall in love with online probably doesn't even exist. A simple Google image search of a puppy shows.
As you can see, it showed up 6 or 8 different places around the country. Same exact picture.
Rotston got another dog, but her anger at the scammer remains.
He's an evil man that preys on people's heartstrings.
Pam Zeckman for CBS News, Chicago.
A tough situation there.
It's terrible for her. You got to be careful out there.
Yeah, absolutely. 8:21 now on your Sunday morning, and there's still more to come.
Sports is next.
Former Wildcat A.J. Reed makes his MLB debut, and the Reds induct Charlie Hustle into the Hall of Fame. That's next in sports.
Get ready for what looks to be the hottest day of 2016 as we head into the afternoon today. Coming up, I'll show you how hot those temperatures will be and whether or not active weather returns as well. Well, we are once again going to be rather hot as we head into the afternoon. Might as well not bury it. Might as well come right out with it because it's already quite warm as we get our Sunday morning started. You can feel it if you step outside even for just a moment. The mid-70s. This is, yes, warmer than where we were yesterday, and we are on track to feel even warmer than where we were at yesterday afternoon as well. The Defender Radar Network not showing us much cloud cover, so it will look good through at least most of the day, although to our northwest, a cold front already bearing down on the bluegrass that's set to bring us active weather into the second half of our afternoon. We're looking at the potential for strong to potentially even severe thunderstorm development along this green overlay here over northwestern Kentucky. That includes Jefferson County, a portion of Franklin County, Henry, Owen, and Grant counties, and that chance will push into southern and southeastern Kentucky as we get into Monday morning. That includes Pulaski County, Laurel County, Perry, and eastward. But your hour by hour for the day today, not only will those temperatures return to the lower 90s with the chance for storms to develop, but that 93 could feel more like 101 with the humidity out there today. Just do your best to stay hydrated, and of course, watch out for the kids and for the elderly as well. Lee Kay is back in next with sports.
Good morning, everyone. Well, last night was the much anticipated Major League debut of former Wildcat A.J. Reed, who got the call up on Friday from AAA Fresno. Reed, one of the best first base prospects in minor league baseball. So there he was last night in Kansas City, saying that he's excited but not trying to get too hyped for that moment. His mom and his family on hand have their cell phone cameras out, and this is his first at bat. Reed walks on 5 pitches. He would score as part of a 7-run second inning for the Stros. Then a second at bat, Reed would fly out. Third time around here, Reed lifts a fly ball to left. That'll be deep enough to score former Lexington legend Jose Altuve. It's 9-1 Astros. Reed with his first big league RBI. He would draw another walk in his final at bat. That would lead to his second run scored of the night. Astros win 13-5. A good debut for A.J. Well, Pete Rose may never make his way to Cooperstown, but the Cincinnati Reds got permission from Major League Baseball to honor the all-time hits king in their own way. Yesterday afternoon in a pregame ceremony, Rose was inducted into the Reds Hall of Fame. Many of his former Big Red Machine teammates were on hand to show their support. Rose was banned from baseball after betting on the game. Yesterday was a moment that he did not see coming.
Did I ever think I'd make it? Nope. But I did. The next 3 guys that hit after me, got statues outside the ballpark. a statue?
In addition to a statue, the Reds will retire Rose's number 14 jersey in a pregame ceremony later this afternoon. And you'll want to tune into WKYT at 6 o'clock. We will have that ceremony for you as well. That'll do it for your morning sports. Have a great day.